Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. This is going to be a live one on how to install your Windows 10 and even how to create the boot device on Windows Media Creation Tool for Windows. And it's going to be from scratch. So there's a few things you're going to need. You're going to need one of these, a USB stick. What I do is I create this for this and I don't use anything else. Just make sure it's at the minimum of 8 gigs in size. Don't go smaller. Chances of it's not going to work. So let's put it into the USB just to show you. I don't know if you heard that sound, but to just show you it is working. I did pick it up. So this machine, as you guys can see, there it is. I've got it up already, but I'm gonna redo it because it's a bit old. So if you go into the folder, you can see when it was created. You see, it was created in November, December last year. So I'm gonna redo it. Okay, so I'm gonna go step by step on how to redo this. Okay, now first of all, you open the following. I've already opened it. There you go. You go to Windows Media Creation Tool. There you go. Create installation of media for Windows. Let's do that one. Okay, there you go. It's going to ask you for which one. It's going to go for Windows 10. Then it says select tool now. So we do Windows 10. And you see there. Now it's going to ask you, do you want the October one? Or just put this off. Alright. Okay. Now, sorry about that. Now, if you look here, it says Windows 10 October 2020. That one, creation tool installation there, and then it gives you all the tools and things you want to know if you want to know something more. Now, I'm just going to say download tool. Okay, come on, there we go. You can save it. So let's save it on the desktop. You save. You can save it anywhere. I usually just save it on the desktop. So we save it there. There we go. Okay, it's done. Then I say open file. Sorry about that. Say yes. There we go. Okay, now this might take, unfortunately I'm doing this live, so I can't skip it, so we have to sit here, for everybody has to sit here at the same time and go through the entire process. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay, there we go. It says all the, you guys can read it by all means. I'm not going to read it through this. You can go, if you want to, go for it. I'm not going to. Then you say accept. Okay, there might be a few mistakes made in between, but yeah, it's part of live stream. And unfortunately, can't be forwarded. So we're going to sit here in the same thing. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't play music, or yeah, YouTube is going to flag me for copyright. Okay, now it gives you two options here: upgrade this PC or create. I don't want to upgrade. I want to create. So you choose the create option. Make sure the USB flash is in. You say next. And it's going to ask you, use this for recommended for this PC, or you can go whatever. I use for this PC because 99% of the time it's on this PC. I can do it for any other one, but it doesn't matter. I just leave it as is. Then I say next. USB or ISO. I say USB drive. You say next. You see, there it's going to ask you. I've got an external connected already, but I'm not going to use the 2 terabyte one. I'm going to use that one. If you want to make sure, go to your Windows, like I'm doing here. Say this PC again. Where's it? There. You see there it shows ESD USB K. Drive K. So yes, that's how I know I selected the correct one. So there you go. Then you say next. Now this can take a while. It also depends on the speed of your internet, the speed of your USB drive, depends on if you've got USB 2, USB 3, or Type C. But I've never seen a Type C USB stick before. And also that will not be compatible with a lot of devices. So yeah, I've seen USB devices that you can take M.2 drive into a enclosure, put it there and use that, but no, I'm not going to use that. I just got a USB. So also, I'm going to show you how to install this as well, but I'm going to use a virtual machine. I'm going to show you how to set up the virtual machine the way I normally do it. But at the end of the day, the virtual machine can be installed the way that you want it to install or create it, not the way that I necessarily do it. It's up to you. You can use it for Linux, you can use it for Windows 95 if you want to play around with it, 98, Windows 7, Windows 8, and you can set it up so that Windows will think it's a network and you can communicate with all of them. You can even set up a Windows Server this way if you want to, 2012, 2010, 2018, 2016, whatever operating systems are. You can even do that. Now, also even some you can do a Plex server this way as well if you want to. Now this is the reason why I've got 32 gigs of system memory. Now, let's do a random talk while this is going. Okay, as you guys can notice, the chat is not on. Yeah, there's a reason for that. The reason why is that I don't want people to interfere with it now while I'm doing this. Maybe I'll do another one down the future if you guys want me to. I'll create another one, I'll add the chat, and we can do it step by step. If you guys got questions, we can ask it. So that's no problem there. Okay. Now, the system specs I've got a Ryzen 2700X, Asus Hero Wi-Fi motherboard with 32 gigs of storage, two M.2s, one is a 256, one is a 512. I've got two 4 terabyte mechanical hard drives for my game storage. I've got a 1 terabyte or a 2 terabyte hard drive. Let me show you guys exactly what I've got. Okay. That's my M.2 512 cracked backup games, yeah, LAN games with me and my friends play with. That's a 2 terabyte. The backup is also a 2 terabyte. The SSD I use for other stuff, just playing around. It's a 2025 or 250. This is my M.2. My second one, my 250 gig, my 4 terabyte with games, my second 4 terabyte with games, and then I've got that's my external one. That's where I store that. For example, the reason why I do have that one. One of my hard drives crashed with all my Steam games, so I had to re-download about a lot of games. So what I did is I just created a backup Steam game with all my Steam games there. So if I lose it again, I can just restore it. Then I don't have to download as many stuff. That's why I've got that. Okay, now that's what I've got there. Okay, so I'm not going to go into more details. Yes, I know you guys can see there, but yeah, there's my backup. I'll explain to you guys now why I use this, because this is where I install most of my software. So I don't keep a backup full on my main hard drive. No, I install all my software that I use constantly from my backup hard drive. So when I redo Windows, I install everything from there to Windows. I don't use disks because we use the CDs anymore. I don't do it from USB, I do it from there. So that's basically anything I use that hard drive for. This is where I play around with stuff, because the hard drive is faster, it's SSD. This is the newest edition. So I'm going to do all my virtual machines on here, because it's nice and fast. That's just my games, and then this is just the backup one I've got on my system. I did the backups. Let's switch it off, because I don't need it at the moment. There we go. And it's off. Okay, I'm not going to remove the USB yet, because you guys can see here, it's at 3%, it's still going. Okay. I'm going to see if I can activate the stream here with chats. Let me see if I can activate it while we're streaming. Let me see. Edit. Okay, let me see. Changes saved. Where's my chats? I want my chats to be on. Okay, so 3%. Let's just move this out of the way. Let me see if I can get chats on. Live chat. Enable, allow live chat. Where's mine? There we go. I got it on. That's it. I've got my live chat on. So I'm just going to say hello. Yeah. So if you guys have got any questions, just go there, ask by all means. While we're having this system, while we're waiting for this. So unfortunately, I cannot fast forward it. I've got a 50 meg up, 50 meg down. So let me go show you that one. That's not. That's my USB Studio. Let's do this. Let's see what the speed test app. Speed test. No, I don't have it. Okay, let me go download it quickly. Yes, I know I use this because this is where I find it the most easiest. Speed test. Not rest. Test. There we go. By Olga. Let's use this one. Okay. Install. Here's the second viewer. Good day. Hope you guys are well. Hope you're enjoying this. And for you guys who know me quite well, no, there's no nicotine in here. It's just pure flavoring. Yes. Okay. This is just flavoring. It's nothing else. I don't smoke. I smoked over 10 years ago. Stopped smoking over 10 years ago. So basically this is just nicotine free. Okay. Let's test my speed. Let me show it to you guys. I'm just finished. Close that. Keep that full. Okay, that's still there. Let's keep it. Let's go. Okay. Latency is quite high. I wonder why. My latency was never above 4. So maybe because I'm busy with as you guys can see, I'm busy with this. But while we're waiting for this to do, let's do the virtual machine setup so long. I'm waiting for the speed test to finish. Okay, so let's close this. It's out of the way. Okay, while this is doing it, let's set up the virtual machine. Okay, I'm using Windows' standard VM machine called Hyper-V. Now, if you don't have Hyper-V installed on your system, you want to use it. Okay, the first thing you do is, now that icon, you can explain to now what that is. When you want to do that, so you press your Windows key and you type in Hyper-V. Now, if it's not installed, it will show you this. Turn Windows features on and off. You can go into it, but just remember, when anything time you need to change something here, your Windows will have to restart. As you can see, I activated mine before I start recording. As you can see, mine is on already, so I'm not going to use it. So this is where you can activate. You can see there's quite a few other stuff to activate here as well. I'm not going to go into depth with that, but yeah, the main thing we're doing is Hyper-V. Okay. So now, okay, cancel. Now it's installed. As you can see, I made a link to the desktop or to the taskbar. But if you don't want to, you just go Windows key, type in Hyper. You see, there's Hyper-V Manager. You can click there, or you can click on this one. But let's do it there. Okay. Now this is where your Hyper-V looks like. As you can see, there's nothing. So when you want to create one, you can go File, Action, View, and Help. Now once you create it, it's there. You say Connect to Server, and it's going to give it a name. Let's say Windows 10 Setup. You can name it whatever you want to. That's your choice, not mine. That's completely up to you. Connect it as another user. Nah, leave it as is. You say okay. Okay. So okay. There we go. See, like I said, mistakes will be made. I made a mistake. First, we have to create one. You say quick create, or you can go into depth. But let's do a quick create. Okay. I do have Windows 10, but I want to use the USB. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Now I can choose what you want to be. That, Ubuntu 19, 20, or Windows. I want to install a Windows. Okay. As you can see, start building universal Windows platform apps, quick and easy. That's environment, development environment. MSI package is a package that enables you to update Windows application, install MSI, or you can go to local installation source. That's what you're going to do, but when the disk is finished. Okay. As you can see here, it tells you can do it to enterprise. That's to when you want to create apps. And this one, as you can there, to enable you to use existing applications if you want to just play around. So I'm going to play around with it. You say create. Yo, no, I'm not going to take that long way. No. Close. I don't wait that. Okay, we say new virtual machine. This is the one I want. Like I said, mistakes. I haven't done this for a while. But yeah, that's how we learn. Okay. Now there's all the steps you have to follow. We're going to go through one by one. Okay. We're going to say next. Yeah, give it a name. This is where I want to go. Windows 10 setup. Okay. There's your Windows 10 setup. You say next. Generation or generation 2. But read there. You click that. Virtual machine generates support 32-bit and 64-bit guest operating systems and provide virtual hardware with being available in the all previous versions of Hyper-V. Generation 2 provides support for newer virtualization features, has UIF-based firmware, and that's the one I want. It's for newer stuff. Okay, so I'm going to choose that one. Then you say next. Set up memory. That's how much memory you want to create. Now, best rule of thumb is Windows will work perfectly on 4 gig. Rule of thumb, don't give more than about a quarter to a third of your system's actual memory. Because remember, Windows still has to run in the background. Your normal Windows. Okay, I've got plenty. I've got 32 gigs. I'm going to show you guys quickly how much I've got. As you guys can see there, I've got 32 gigs. Yeah? I can give way enough to the system I wish. Now, to make it nice and fast, I'm going to give the system 16. Okay. There we go. Then I say, not finish, cancel, not finish, new, virtual. Let's go again. Windows 10 setup 2. Okay, next. I can't say Windows again because there's one already, so Gen 2. Go next. I'm going to give it 16. Say next. Connected. There's now a virtual machine network adapter. Yes, I do. You say default. You can leave it at none, but it's your choice. Okay. Then we say next. And now it's going to ask you where to save it. Okay. Remember I said I'm going to save it on my M.2 for much faster. So this is where I'm going to save it. So let's create a new one. Folder. Let's say Windows 10 demo setup. Okay. I'm going to go in, save it in there, and select folder. Okay, now it's selected. Now it gives you an option there to ask what size you've got. Now remember, it's like a virtual hard drive. You can give it anything, but just remember Windows 10's installation is quite of a bit of a size. We all know that. So you can't give it 10 gigs. It's not going to be enough. I'm not planning on doing this hard drive with anything else, so I'm going to give it, let's say, half of the 225. Let's give it 110. Okay. So I'm going to give it there 110. It's more than enough. 110. Okay. Then, yes, also if you create a virtual disk already, you can add it there. I'm not going to. I'm just going to say next. Installation options. Yeah. Now, install an operating system later. I'm going to do it later because I want to boot from the stick. Okay. You say that as that is. If you want to install it immediately, you can say it there and it will start installing it. I'm not going to. Then I'm going to say next. Okay. Then I'm going to say finish. Now it's creating the entire machine. Now, let me just remove this one so I don't get confused. Okay. Delete. Delete. Okay. Now on this one, it's just still busy. Just make this a little bit bigger. Come on, there we go. Okay, now as you can see, this is not my virtual machine here. This is where you can set all the settings on it. So let's go, let's find it quickly. Hyper-V settings. Now this is the settings for the machine itself, not the virtual machine we just created. This is for your Hyper-V environment. Now I don't want to fiddle with that. I want to go to this Windows 2 setup. This is where you change your server settings, not the Hyper-V settings, the overall global settings. So there. Now this is where you can add and remove, remove something if you want to. Yeah? I can do add hardware. Fine. I can do that. There's my security. There's my memory. There's my processors. The reason why I came here was this. At the moment, that system will think, sorry about that, you've got one CPU. No, I don't want one CPU. Remember, I've got a 27.x. I've got 8 CPUs and 16 hyperthreads. So what I can do is, let's give it 4. It'll be nice and fast. So let's go change that. Processors, let's give it 4. Okay, that's why it says Hyper-V not configured to enable process resource control. Not worry about that. Let's leave it there. Then you say apply. SCSI controllers like hard drives, shared drives, that kind of stuff. You don't want to go there. Network, it's already set up. Enable virtual identification. Nah, don't worry about that now. But there you can add other stuff like more if you want to. If you want to give it a static IP address, a MAC address already, we don't want to. Let's use dynamic. The system will provide it itself. Okay. Now, that's fine. For me, it's fine. See, that's why it's going to choose me if you want to boot up us. So first, you can use it there or there. But I actually want to add something. Okay? Now to add something, we have to go to the main system. Like for example, where is it now? Where's the settings? Hyper-V settings. See, this is where it shows that one, storage migrations, enhanced, keyboard, mouse release keys, enhanced. Okay, that settings is fine. Settings. Okay. Yeah. We're gonna go add. See, there's the hard drive. I'm gonna add. Let's see if I can do it this way. No, it's not as SCSI. No, it's not. Closed again. Okay. Just see. Add hardware. Fiber channel. Nah, I don't want to add any of that. So check something here. That's that. No, I want to do this. Add. Browse. See, this is where I'm going to add the. I'm going to add this. The stick when it's done. So that's basically how you're going to do it. Okay. So can't add it. No, I can actually. Hard disk. Browse. Okay. So there. So ah, that's not ja. New. Photo. Nah, that's right. So I'm not going to do anything here. Let's leave that for now. So far, it's correct. Now, if I'm going to do something now, if I double click it, it's going to start running. You see, it's going to show that. I'm going to say start. And it's going to complain about a virtual drive. There's no virtual operating system, so it doesn't pick up anything. You know, I was just asking for starting PXV over IP4. That's what happens where you set the settings and your, where's the boot now? There. You see, now it tries to boot from there. I don't. I'm going to go from there. There is a way to add it. I just have to figure it out now how to add it again. Processor SCSI. Hard drive. Add. New. Next. Fixed. Next. Browse. I don't want to create anymore. No, I don't want to do that neither. Let's remove. Just forgot how to do it now. I'll figure it out now. I'll figure it out. No, I don't want to add a network adapter. See, now the setting says running there, so what I'm going to do is turn off. Because while it's running, you can't change any settings in it, as you guys noticed. Let's refresh it. Settings. There we go. Network adapter, no, SCSI controller, add. Separate. How far are you? 16%. Okay, let's figure it out together. Okay. Processor, no, SCSI. See. Oh, DVD drive. Let's add a DVD drive. I think that's what we're looking for. Yes. Let's use number 2. Image. See, this is where you're going to choose the image. I don't want an image. I'm going to use specific media and type. Virtual CD. That's going to be that one. Then I'm going to say apply. Okay. Now, if you go back, you go there, firmware. See, it asks. I'm going to move this up. I'm going to move the network card down. But that's the one that I'm trying to convince to be the USB. And if I'm not mistaken, that will work. So far, that's fine. There we go. Okay, don't worry about things this year. These things I use. But it's going to be formatted. The disk is going to be formatted in any case now. While we're waiting for that to finish quickly, it's on 17%. Let's get something off the stick quickly. Yeah, guys might just hear that funny noise. It's just my external booting up. Close. I'm just doing it off screen quickly. Ach, Kaspersky. It's not potential. Stop doing it. Okay. Just to sort this thing out quickly because this thing is irritating me now. Now I just have to find it and just deactivate something. Kaspersky was irritating me now. Yeah, select all components. I want to add it. Thank you. Yes. Add. Come on, I just want to resolve this quickly while I'm waiting. What about the fun in the background again? Okay, it looks like I got it sorted. Double check. No, I didn't. Ay. It deleted it. I told it to exclude it. Hey! The system when it does it. Really? Huh? Where are you now? I said no. I said stop this. Ay. And it blocked it again. There's nothing wrong with it. Why do you guys keep blocking or moving it out of the way? It's getting irritating now. Kaspersky. I told you to exclude it, and now you're. Let me just check you something. I think I know why. What? Which folder is this? Still there. Okay, I'll sort that out later. I'm not bothered about that now. Okay, so you guys can see they're still on 25%. We have to wait for that to finish. Yeah, it's taking so long. Like I said, it depends on the speed of internet you've got as well. But yeah, mine is set up now. This is set up. I say apply. Changing the settings. Okay. No. Okay. Let's just check it. Make sure it's still there. Yeah, it's there. There you go. Okay. While waiting. Yeah, that's the file I'm creating at the moment. But let me go into some Windows settings here quickly. So check if there's nothing coming in. That's it. Okay, I'm just hiding some of the stuff. So you guys can see there's the system I'm using. Okay, currently it's running at 3.7, but it can go. I overclocked it once at 4.2. Okay. Now, basically, what I'm going to show you as well now, and I'm killing time. Let me go to settings. Skip for now. Okay. Now this is my account. Okay, you guys can see it now. Now, normally when you do here, you guys can see all the system settings right here. Now this is mainly where you're going to change all your stuff and everything. There is an easy way. You can just go there and you can go, let's say you want printer. type it in, pops it up. That's how you can find it. Let's example, you want to add a Bluetooth. There you go. Mine's got a built-in Bluetooth, my PC, so yeah. If you want to do night dark mode, so turn on dark mode, system wide. There you go. If you want to do a screensaver, you can do. There you go. Okay. Now also, one thing in Windows, always when you add a brand new hard drive, you activate your system. It's going to ask you, or when you switch Windows on, it's going to say, oh, it doesn't pick it up, what's wrong? Is there something faulty with the hard drive? No. Nothing wrong with the hard drive. It's going to be explanation. Okay. Now to get to that, my quickest way is I press Windows key and I type in administrator. And it's going to show you Windows admin tools. You go to that. And then there are all your things that you're going to require. All of this. But you don't have to use all of it. You just go to computer management. Double click on it. And then it's going to pop up this. Yeah, then you go to disk management. Take a while, depends on how much drives you have. It's going to show all your hard drives. It's going to pop it up there. There you go. That's it. Okay, now usually when your hard drive pops up brand new, it's going to show it you. It's going to show it in black. Now I'm just going to find my SSD. Okay, that one. Now normally it's going to show you. It's going to show it as offline. Okay, don't worry about my address. It's going to show you offline. Okay? Now to put it online, you say online, and it's going to pop it up, and then he's going to say disk 4. Okay. No, it's not disk 4. Where's your now? Oh, disk F. Sorry, disk F. There you go. Okay. Then you can say change drive letter. You have to give it a drive letter. Change. You can change it whatever you want. Look there. Plenty. You can change it to whatever you want to. You say change, and you say okay. Okay. And after that is what I normally do. With SSD you don't have to, but you can. I right click on it, and I say format. You see? It's going to show it's going to active partition, that's why. If you say yes, it will do it. I don't want to. I'm not going to do it with my M.2 now, this one. I can. But, like I said, I created the virtual one on there already. Not there, there. I don't want to go there already. If you want to see, I go to the M.2. You see, it's already there. Okay. Okay, I can't access it now. If I go, you see, it doesn't look big. But, if you go, there we go. Right click on it, and you say properties. It's going to show 4 megs. But, once I start on Windows, it's going to go bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so, careful, I don't want to format it now. It's why I have to do this all over again. So I'm not going to format it. So that's where you can find your, and activate your hard drives there. Okay. And even, you can change the size of it. Let me say, for example. I don't know if I will be able to do it with disk 9. What's your... that's the computer, don't have a computer disk, the virtual machine, virtual hard drive I created in there. So I can't basically actually do anything. I don't want to. I can detach VHD, you see. I don't. So this is the virtual disk I created in this one. Okay. It shows it there, but we're not going to play around with it because I don't want to fiddle with it. But you can even format it now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to show you how to do it in Windows itself when you install the disk. So I'm not going to be bothered about formatting it now, but this is where you can change all your hard drives. Now if you had an event, like for example critical crash, all that kind of stuff, you click on event viewer, click on the drop down, custom views, Windows logs, application, subscription. Yeah? Subscriptions, don't worry about that. Okay, Windows logs. Now if you open that one, it's going to ask you, show you application, security, setup, everything. Now let's example it was application. You want to know exactly what the error is. It will show it up here. Mine is also far so good. There's a critical error. That's your error. User drive has loaded by another process. But there's where you can see all your information about your system if there's any errors with your software. System as well, yes, I do get a lot of warnings, but yeah, that's that one. But I think critical, this is where you can see your critical. This is where I made some mistakes earlier today, or where I played around with stuff. So that's basically what you can see, so don't worry about that. It's like, for example, there, VMPS service failed to start due to the following error. The system resources, there you go. And then that's how you can see it, even with your security, or it's anything, you can see all of it. Okay. So that's basically where you can do that. Even in your task scheduler, like for example, when you set up your task, when you do it, there it is. You see, you can create one here, you can take it away, but that's where you see that. But just remember, when you do start fiddling around there, make sure you make a backup of your restore point of your Windows. In case you do something wrong, you can go back to your restore and redo it. Okay. Now you have a performance. Just close this. You can actually see what the system has done so far. Monitoring tools. Come on, there you go. You see, it's going to show you all the specific, all the ran system settings, all that. Okay, so there. I'm not going to monitor it now. Performance, there, data collection, that's everything. Reports, you can do user defined or system. Just click on the drop down. See, if you want to create some new ones. Okay, more actions. Okay, that's what that is for. I've never actually played around with the performance ones. You can see, there we go. You see it, now it pops up. Okay, once I've clicked on something, it's there. Now, even if I go this way, it shows everything off the network adapter card, basically. Okay, so you can see all that. Okay, so you can see I'm busy downloading the thing for Windows. Open Resource Monitor. It's going to open this. All the systems that's running. There's your CPU, memory, disks, all my disks, what's been using can show you there, and your network. If I go a bit bigger, you see, it shows everything. Okay, I've got a Wi-Fi as well, but I'm not using it. Now also remember, when you install Hyper-V, just remember the following. If you go to your network settings, network card settings, now there's two ways you can do this. The one way is you can scroll your mouse down. Let me just close that, I'll stop that. Okay, you can see over there. It might be like that or might be a Wi-Fi symbol. It depends on system to system. You can right click on it, troubleshoot or open network internet settings. You can use that. It's going to bring up all this. And as you can see on the right hand side, finding my IP address, I'm not going to click on that to show that to you guys, sorry. Troubleshooting and so on. Now on this side, it shows you what you are connected with. If you click on Wi-Fi, you can click on that, it's going to show you change adapter, I want to be at Ethernet because I'm connected directly. Now, if you want to change the physical card, you click on change adapter. And there's going to bring up a time menu of all your adapters that's installed on your system. Now, Hyper-V does, it creates one as well. Do not fiddle with it, leave it as is. Unless you want to go to into severe editing of servers and that kind of stuff, if you want to set up your lab, basically, then you can fiddle around with it. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Now, if you deactivate this one, it will still work, but let me show you. You see, there it goes. Properties, and there's everything. You can still see everything you change here will take effect overly. This is like your hub of your virtual networks. It communicates from there to go out to your main one, or your Wi-Fi. Depends how you connect it. That is how I see this. Like it says there, default switch. It's like where all the network your machine's computers goes into, and it goes from there to your main one, to your whatever other network or internet you might have. That is your actual one. Now, if you want to change settings there, same way, you can double click on it, or you right click on it, you can say properties. And then, as you can see, there's all your settings for your, I'm not going to go in there now, because if I go in there, you can see my IP address. I'm just going to go in there, double check if it's, okay, it's fine. Okay, now there's two ways you can do this. Double click on it, and then there's two ways. You can give it a static IP address or dynamic. Now, dynamic means is where this your router or your switch, depends on how your network is set up, will give it to you. That whatever is available on the pool. Now, if you use the following IP address, you give your system that IP address and nobody else is going to use it. It will not change. Now, the same with your DNS server here. Now, usually you can use it as your service provider one, or if you got one, you can do it. What I sometimes do, or what I like to use, is the following. 1.1.1.1, or if you really want to, you can use your routers one as well. So it's 192.168. I'm not going to go that further. You guys can imagine what it is. And then after that, you say, okay, and then it's done. This is a completely different subject. This is going to take me a while to explain. Yes, I know what's going on there. I've done my CCNA, Network Plus, Server Plus, sorry, not Server Plus, my Windows Server 2012 and 2016. I've done all of that, so yeah, I'm not going to fill around with it. And I did my Network Plus, so I'm not going to explain to you guys that now. That's a completely different level. Okay, so that's basically what you can do there. Now, I'm sure if you guys have noticed, if I right click there, it shows bridge. Now what it usually does, if you've got more than one network card installed, you can, some motherboards comes out standard with 2 Ethernet controllers built in. Now you can even do, if you press on the one, don't double click, you press control, keep it in, and you press on your, there, you select the 2, and you click, right click, and you say bridge. What it does, it makes it actually 1. So if the one fails, the other one takes over already, or vice versa. It can use both and share the load, but you will not see a main difference. The reason why I say that, because remember your hardware, like your switch, your router. Not everybody has got a 10 gigabit router or switch lying around. The main ones people that mainly use these days, the average ones, will be either 100 if you're old age, or you'll go up to a gigabit. Very few people in South Africa has got the 10 gigabit ones. Very few, because those things are still, yeah, a bit expensive. And also the main routers that your service providers gives you are usually 100, 10 base, 100, or if you want to buy itself like I did, I bought the Asus one. It's 10, 100, 1 gig. I can do all 3. That's why my fiber is connected to it. It's a fiber router as well. It can even do ADSL. Really? You want to use ADSL? Mine cannot do cable. I don't take that one. Okay. So that's when you do the bridge. I'm not going to do it now. It might disconnect the internet. So I'm not going to fiddle around with that now. Okay. So that's where you basically do that. And also a nice thing to remember, especially when you're at home, you want to make sure it stays nice and fast. And you know everything in the house is a 1 gig. Yes, I'll just show you something. You go to configure. I can't configure. Properties. And you scroll down until you find, just see the name. Come on. No, this is configure. It's not configure. Huh? No. Cancel. Close. Let's do it again. Properties. Configure. Okay. Add advanced. You click on advanced. Then you go down to flow control. You see. Now that flow control. Where is it now? Speed. Where are you? Huh? Am I missing it now? No, man. Speed duplex. There it is. That's what I was looking for. You can set auto navigate, but if you know everything is connected to 1 gig, why do you want to make it so? Make it fast. Let it stay on 1 gig. It's full duplex. It's the maximum speed your hardware can handle. But just make sure when you choose that your other hardware, like your router, switch, is capable of doing it. And also the other systems on the network. It doesn't help you say this 1 gig full duplex and your son's or wife computer can't go within 100, for example, or your laptop. They're not going to communicate like that. So rather, if you're not sure, leave it on auto. But if you are sure that everybody in the house can go up to that, leave it there. It just makes it nice and fast. Okay, you guys know, welcome back. Okay. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. That's what happens if you change settings there while you're live streaming. You disconnect yourself. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's where you do that kind of stuff. Okay, so be careful there when you do. If you're not sure what you can do, is just remember the steps you followed and trace them back. So follow them back. Okay, so when you made a mistake, why my network not working? Why is this not working? Go follow, trace your steps back and undo what you've done from the last step back down to the first step. Reverse it. The other easy way is just if you're not sure what it was, let's go back to it again quickly. Now I do the same mistake. Okay. If you go back to your network code like that, and you can't remember what you set. Yeah? Like for example, let's go to TPC IP4. Let's go there. If you're not sure, just say obtain automatically. That's all you do. Okay. Now when it comes to configuring of the card, you're not sure what you have changed and so on. Over there. There is a way to do this, but there's a physical command to type in. Always just make sure the speed flow control. If you're not sure, rather leave it at auto negotiate. It will detect what the speed is on that side, it will detect your speed, and it will communicate your speed limit between the two systems themselves. Think about this if you don't understand what I mean. Think about two-lane highways. There is no traffic on whatsoever. You're speeding down a double-lane highway at full speed. There's no traffic. And it's suddenly slowing it down to a single lane. Fine, you can still go nice and fast. No problem. But now what happens? Rush hour traffic. You're in a two-lane highway, or four-lane highway, let's say that way. Four-lane highway. Everybody goes at maximum speed, nice and like everybody's having fun. And all of a sudden, it goes down to a two-lane or one-lane highway. You're going to get congestion, and you're going to get packet loss. That's where it starts slowing down, and you're going to get irritated, you get your ping and so on, because it can't go fast both ways like it used to. Now, when you say that full, for example, both lanes are full. Let's say a gigabit is 6 lanes, for example. Let's say that. 6 lanes down, 6 lanes up. So 6 lanes both ways. You can send 6 times of amount of data and 6 amount of data back. So that's how that works. But if you're not sure, rather leave it in auto, negotiate. Then the two systems will decide, okay, I can only have 3 lanes either way. Okay, I can handle 6, but you can only handle 3. They will narrow it down. Then they won't use the other lanes. That's the easiest way to explain it. Okay, so be careful there when you fiddle around with that one. Okay, let's see how far this is. Ooh, halfway. And we've been streaming for 52 minutes. And we're not even close by finishing with this. Okay. If you guys have got a question in the chat, feel free to pop up and ask. I'll answer to my best of my ability. And if I can't, both of us will go and investigate it together. Come on, Windows. Come on. Come on. And also one thing that I do when I back up or redo my computer, I back up all my files and folders I've saved on that specific hard drive, specifically the Windows hard drive, because it normally saves it under my documents or my videos or my photos, those kind of stuff. Okay, just go there quickly for you. Now on the right hand side you'll see all this. This is to my system, not to yours. Yes, you do see funny things on the side. I've got it synchronized with my OneDrive, so yeah, I don't want to lose. And I've got Dropbox as well, because yeah. Okay, now let's go to main drive. If you can look here, let's make it bigger. Come on. Okay, if you guys see all here on the side, this is what attached is to this system. Okay, now the main hard drive will always be C, unless you physically changed it to something else. You can change it to whatever you want. Just remember, not always like it. Okay, but you don't actually have to go in there. If you look on top of it, it shows you all your folders. You see, this is the PC. If you go there, it shows you what's on the computer. 3D objects, I don't even use it. This is what's on your desktop, your documents, your downloads, your music, your pictures, and your videos. Now, if you can't find it here, you might have a folder on your desktop. Okay, I moved mine. That is called, okay, you're going to see my name, my real name. That's fine. Okay, you'll see a folder like this. Now, if you double click on it, all that I just showed you will all pop up right over there. Okay, so that's the ones you're going to use, basically. Now this is basically where you backup manage your stuff, because if you don't change the places where Windows saves or installs their folders like I usually do, it saves normally here, but you have to make sure. For example, your music is there. If you've got iTunes, it usually goes there. OneDrive is all your stuff you've got on OneDrive. Your pictures will be there. There's another one. I don't know why there's two, but yeah. Your save games is Windows games. It's not like the games you install still. It's your Windows games. The main games you install, like your normal games you always play, will be on your documents, and you will find them there. Even your Outlook files will be there. Now, what I mean about that, in your Outlook, there is my email addresses. Let me write that quickly before you guys see it. You guys don't even have it already. But yeah, that is where you go. Now that's where your games will be. Now if you want to back up your Outlook, and you don't want to re-download all your emails, and you don't want to lose it. There's some mails you don't want to lose. There's a trick to get to it while we're waiting for this Windows Media Creation tool to do. Sorry about what you're seeing in the background. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay. Now, mainly most of the people, your standard installation of Windows, right, will have the following. So should deactivate this. Okay. As you guys can see, there's all the folders. But the one way we specifically want to go to is auto hide. It's an invisible folder basically. That's why we can't access it. Okay. Now, even if you go to here, there you can see. Now let's go back. You press Alt. You see there, it shows you there. You can see where your menus are. Click on View. Then you go to Options. Click on Options. Leave that as is. Click on View again. And then click here on Show Hidden Files and Folders and Drives. Click on that one. Say Apply. You say OK. And then if I go to Users, refresh. Double check which are activated. Show Hidden Files and Folders. Say Apply. Say OK. Okay, first time I don't go. There you can see it's hidden ones. It's what Windows folders, but Windows doesn't want you to see. They don't want you to fiddle around with it. But if you know what you're doing and you're careful, don't stress. Okay. Now the specific folder that you guys are looking for when you want to do your Outlook, make a backup of it. You go to User. You go to the default user. That one. App Data. Local. Microsoft. Now sometimes it saves it there. Sometimes it doesn't. You see. It's not exactly the one I'm looking for. That. Documents. Basically what I see here is what I just showed you. Now, your Windows one will be under your name. It will be at App Data. You can see it's invisible. You can say local, low, roaming. Let's go to local. Then you go down until you find it might be either Outlook or it might be Microsoft. I can't remember Microsoft. There you go. You see, there's Microsoft. And then you go down until you found Outlook. There you go. You see, there's the main one. If you've got more than me, it depends on which one you use as well. The older Office, like Office 2017, 2016, 2013, 2019, every single email address you create, it will have a name of that all the way down. And if you guys can see here, this is the size. Now it looks like Office 365 creates one main one, and then it puts all the other ones inside there. I've got more than one email address. But look at the size of this one already. It's 668 megs. My previous one I had, I'm not joking, 7 email addresses of 4.5 gigs each. Now remember, that gets stored on your local drive. Just remember that. It doesn't stay in the cloud. So when you want to keep your emails, make sure you keep the ones that you want to. And if there's photos, copy the photos somewhere else and then delete that email. But I've got a lot of important emails I cannot lose. That's why I keep it there. But also I leave it on the email server from my provider, so I leave it there. But just remember, if you don't want anything to be, if you don't want to download all that again, waste time, that's where it is. Now to get it back without downloading again, what you do, I'm not going to do it now. I'm just going to explain to you. You install your Windows once it's done. It's perfect. Okay. Don't copy those folders back to where it was. The first thing you do is install your Office. Install the Outlook. And then once that is done, don't do anything else. Don't create an email address. Don't. Otherwise you might have a bit of an issue. You go to My Documents, your folder, go to Documents. Now there's two places where Outlook is stored. You see there's one. There's one of all the email addresses. Okay? This is how Office 365 does it. You copy that entire My Documents folder when you back up your system. You save it somewhere else where you can't lose it. You keep that one. And you copy it to your backup drive. The same with the one I showed you in the hidden folder. You copy that. And once Office is installed, don't open it, don't run it. You copy that folder, this one, back into that folder. Just, it might ask you to overwrite. Just say yes. Just say yes. And then, the other one that you copied in that hidden folder I just showed you. Let's go there again. User, Angel, App Data, Local, all the way to Microsoft. You can copy the entire Microsoft. Where's it now? There you go. You can copy the entire Microsoft folder if you want to, but it's not necessary. We're just looking for Outlook. So you copy the entire Outlook folder you saved, copy back in here. Even the Outlook folder is there already. Doesn't matter. It's going to ask you to overwrite. You say yes. And once you do that, it's going to depend on the size. It's fine. It's going to copy it over, and once you're done, you open your Outlook. It might ask you for the password again. It might not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And there you go. It's going to run a little bit. It's going to say at the bottom sometimes collecting. It's different for everyone, and it's going to show everything right there. And it's going to show the already. Hey, stop showing the emails to the people. Yes, I just bought a house. That's why it's coming up here. But fine. Let's take it away. Ah, go away. Don't open. Don't see. Okay. So there's going to show you how far it's downloaded. Well, not downloaded, just checking with it and the size of it. So I'm done. That's how I normally do it if I don't want to redo everything. So that's one thing. Office 365, I've never redid with Office 365, but I make a backup on a stick with that. When I know I'm going to redo my machine, I do it on my laptop because I've got exactly the same email set up on my laptop. So I just make sure that's refreshed and I just copy that from the laptop back. But if you don't have that option, make sure you back up this. There's another way you can do it as well. You can go to File, open and export. Export. You can say export to a file. You say next. Outlook PF files, say next. And then if you've got 20 emails there, you have to do it for every single one. But the easiest way is you don't get confused. Select your one email, say next. Save it in the folder where you want to. Go choose it on your external drivers where you want to keep it as a backup. You say finish. It's going to ask you for the password. You can enter the password if you want to. And then you can say, sorry, let's go one back. Not now. Let's do it quickly. Okay. Export to a file. Remember, Outlook can only read in PST files. It's easiest for it. It's not hard work for it to do or it takes a lot of computing power. Okay. Now I'm going to say next. Let's use my backup order. Okay. Yeah, so it will be that one. Okay. Let's say main email. Let's say Angel Fire. That mail. Okay. Then you say okay. Then you say finish. Ask for a password. You can put a password. I'm not going to put one in. You say okay. Then it writes it to the hard drive immediately. It can take a while. It depends on the size. Mine is quite big because, like I showed you, 600 and something odd megs. Okay, there it's done. Now we're going to do the next one. Okay, it's not done yet. It's still busy. See, now it looks like it's not responding, but it's still busy writing. I can see my external hard drive lighting going. Ooh, sorry. There we go. Now that is done. Okay. Let's do the next one. Export. That's another way you can do it if you want to. Okay, Outlook. There you go. I'm going to choose the other one. Let's say that one. Say next. But you have to remember to change it. If you don't change it, you can keep on overwriting the previous one. You could say mail 1, mail 2, mail 3. Let's say mail 1. Replace duplicate. You can say that if you want to. Say finish. No password. Say okay. You can do it every single one. So once you start this, everything again, or reinstalled it, have you finished? No, it's still busy. Yeah, it's still busy. Okay, there we go. Now when you want to restore your emails, you just go to File, Import and Export again. But now instead of exporting, you say importing. import, next. So Outlook date PS file, you say next. You browse and go find where you saved it. Now I saved it on this. There you go. You see. And then you say, let's say that one. You say open. I'm not going to say next. You say next and you just follow the prompts because I'm not going to redo mine up because mine is still fine. But that's how you can install it. That's the other way if you don't want to take the copy way. This is the also works. But yeah, there's the two different ways you can do it. It's up to you if in the which one you want to choose. Okay, let's see how far Windows Media created. 69%. There we go. Okay, I'm going to close Outlook now because we're done with that. Okay, and that's how you back it. Now with Outlook, let's for example, you've got Origin games and Steam games. Steam games, we all know you don't have to reinstall or re-download everything when you redo your machine. A lot of people think Origin, you have to. No, you don't. I found a way around. I don't know if you guys saw it on YouTube already how to do it. And the way you do that, you go to your, not Origin, Explorer, your Origin that you installed. I'm bringing it to your screen now. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, my games are installed, so it's not going to work with me now. You select all your games. You let them install, but don't install them clear, all of them. Just start, pause, start, but with all of them. But when you do that, make sure it's not the same folder where your Origin games are installed on already. Not the same one. Make another one. Let's say games on D drive / Origin games. Go there. Let us start making it. And it's going to start making of all your games. All of those games that you got installed on your system. All of this. Okay. Now once I start creating that folder, in that folder, new folder you create, then you go to the other folders where all these games are installed on already. Now once you let all of them start, or let all of these ones, every single one, make that folder. Then that's just for maybe half a second, half a minute, sorry. Down a little bit. And then you pause, next one, pause, next one, until you got all of them started. Then, when you're done, you go to the folder where you originally installed it, the first time before you're doing it on your machine. I think I've got it, games. Yeah, there we go. That's when you just started redoing your system. Now let's say, for example, all those games are already in this game folder. That's fine. Just copy them and paste them back in here. It's going to ask you to rewrite. That's fine. Let it do it. Let it do it. But make sure when you do that, that your Origin is completely exit. Do not let it be just downloading while you're doing it, because it's not going to work. You exit Origin completely. You copy the games over, and once it's copied over, or you can copy them all over. Then when that's done, you log back into Origin, and you say start downloading. It's going to check the files are there already. It's going to check. If there's a file too missing, it will download it right there and then. If it doesn't match, it will download it there again. But then you don't have to download like 100 gigs, 200 gigs, 300 gigs, depends on how many amount of games you got. I have to re-download all of them again. I went to that bad side once when my hard drive crashed. It took me 4 days to download all my games again. I would recommend you doing that. That's what I do it. If I redo my system again, I'll make sure I make a video about exactly on how doing that. Steam games is easy. Steam is very easy. You just install your Steam, and you go to Steam, Settings, Downloads, Steam Library folder, and you go choose the folders where your Steams are installed. And once you do that, it will pop all of them back up. 100%, yeah. I can say I've got quite a few updates. Yeah, I do. Okay. I'm not going to start downloading now. No, I'm not going to do that now. That's fine. Okay, almost done. Almost done. 73%. Then we're done. The person I'm speaking to the chat now is my son, so he's sitting a desk down from me, so let's hope he reads it because he's watching. So let's see what he does. Let's see if he brings it. Okay, I'm going to speak to him. Dan, is it fully charged? Okay. Don't worry about it much, just the cable. Just the cable. Thank you! Yeah, let me just... This is what I was looking for. Just like asking for a cable quickly. Okay, I'm just going to do something here quickly. Let's see if it's working. Just want to see if it works. I'm trying something. I want to... My Vibe's battery is busy dying. Let me see if I can charge it. There we go. It's charging. It's charging. Now for those guys who see me using it, it's not tobacco, it's just flavoring. That's all it is. Cheers. For the second person viewing, can you maybe just type it in the message box so we can see who you are? Don't have to give your real name. Give the name if you think who you are. Give me your alias that you always use, then I'll know exactly who you are. Come on, people. Don't be shy. Dean, same with you. Don't be shy. Type back. I know the video is long, but from after this is finished, once this is finished, it will go quite quick. No, Dean, you're not the only one watching. I can see there's 2 to 3 people watching. So, it's not just you. I just want to know who's that second person, the other people watching. Come on, don't be shy. Come on, come on. Okay. Somebody just promoted somebody in my channel to a moderator. So yeah, let's see if that person notices. See if that he's a moderator now. Dean, can you hear me? Dean, type something if you can hear the message. What? What can you see? Type. You see, something next to your name has changed. Dean. Dean, can you hear me? Dean, can you hear me? You've noticed. Thank you. Okay, it's getting a bit hot here in the office. Okay, yeah, that's basically what I have to show now. Is when I'm fish, wish there's one thing I want to finish faster. Yeah, it's taking long now. Come on, come on. You're almost there. You're almost there. Come on. Come on. I still want to know who's the second person. Don't be shy. Come on. Give me your name. Give me your name. Come on, guy. Or lady. Show me. Come on. I can't make the channel be boring. Come on. Whoever's online, just give me your name. Preferably your alias. Come on. Come on. Okay, 83%. 17% more to go. Ah. The demon detected my walk. Oh. Do, 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 do. Who's calling me now? Sorry guys. Sorry about this. In a live stream, phone is ringing. Sorry about that guys. It's just my shop. There's an issue again, but yeah, I'm not going to go into detail there. But I know my staff can handle it. I just told them exactly what to do and how to handle it. So yeah. Come on, come on. Why are you taking so long? Please hurry up. 13% more to go. Dum, 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 dum. I wish I can put some music in, but I cannot. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo. I'm part of the community watch. So that's now the community start talking. There's an issue what somebody's got. So for those who are not Afrikaans, will not be able to understand that. But for those who can understand Afrikaans, you know exactly. I'm not going to go into detail there right now. But if you guys are not live streaming with me, what you can do is you can skip in between. You can bypass this until the shop place where this is finished. But I can't do that now, unfortunately. So we have to wait for that to be all the way done. It is taking a bit longer than I anticipated. We're busy an hour and a half, almost, and it's still not there. But the rest will go quick. That I guarantee you. Just waiting for that to finish. Come on. Come on. Almost there. Almost there. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. I'm just remembering the 12th of April. This ball will go off. Okay, somebody just texted me. Let's see what's going on. Oh, nobody did. Ah, I see what happened. Other people came home, arrived home. Come on, 9%, 9%. Come on, come on. Almost there. Come on, 7%. Come on, come on. Almost there, almost there. Oh, dun, 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 dun. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to speed it up with speaking them, and it's not going to work. That I guarantee. Dun, dun. I still want to know who's the second person watching. I still want to know. Come on, 5%, almost there. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this live stream. No, not. Basically, almost done. Come on, come on. Ah, 4% more to go. Almost there. what I'm going to do is, you guys can't see the desk, but I'm going to make it a bit entertaining. I'm going to show you my system at the moment. Okay, so bear with me. Sorry about that bad view, but there you go. That's my current system at the moment. See, I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. There we go. And then this is how it looks like in the front. Okay, let's get this back up and going again. Come on. Nah, I don't want you guys to see my top of my head. There we go. That's better. Oh, 98%. Almost there. Come on. 90%, 99. Yay, 1% to go, and then we're done. There we go. Come on. This video could have been 20 minutes long. Now it's an hour and 20 minutes. Come on. Hey. Ah, there it's going to the desk. I can see my light flashing. Da-da, da-da, da-da. Billy. Hey. Come on, hurry up. Yeah, feel free to keep using your PC, yes, but I want to use it, but you're taking too long. See if I can get a little bit of noise, a bit out of the way, it's a bit too much. Hold on. Okay, looks better. Let me show you something else, because I don't own my shop, I can see what's going on in my shop. So we're waiting for the app to start. Oh no, it's not on the phone, on the computer. There we go. That looks like the problem is resolved. That they found me about. Okay, good. And I can't pause the stream. I would love to, but yeah. While I'm waiting for this, I'm going to install the app quickly to get some of this noise reduction away. Just want to see if it works. Let's do quickly. Let's see if I can get it to make the time go faster or more productive. It will be videos. Where are you? You know what? Let's do it with the browser. Okay. Video. Anonymous expression or removal? Let's try that one. Nah, it's not. RTX voice. That's what I was looking for. RTX voice. Except. Yes, that's what I was looking for. No, I'm not looking for this. I have to find it. I can't remember how to download it. I know I had the system somewhere. There we go. How far are you? 60%. Let's have a desktop. Okay, so let's check something here. Let's see how good it is. Let's see. While we're waiting for this to install, download, and get it over and done with. Let's choose done first. This or this? Yes. Let's make a boo-boo together. I agree and continue. Just want to see if I can get rid of this background noise. And also sometimes when I on my keyboard. Let's see if I can get that stopped. I had this on before I did my system over, but I completely forgot about it. Come on. Help us train the AI. Not going to help to train the AI. There's a lot of background noise. I can hear it in my helmet. In my earphones, not the helmet. I can hear it here. Come on. The stream's taking extremely long now. Hour and a half. Ooh, 82%. That's why I say what's going to be done first. This, or the installation of the RTX voice, or creating Windows 10 media. You don't have to do this creation of Windows media. You don't have to do it every day or every week. Only do it. You can only do it if you can do it every time there's a new Windows update come out. Then you can do it, or major update. You know, the reason why then you don't have to download so many updates again when you redo your Windows. Then basically the most important ones are there already. The small ones like the graphic card drivers, you have to reinstall, but that's normal on any setup. 85, 90, 85, 90, 85, 90, 86, 90. Let's see, still on 90. 88, 95, 86, 87, 96, 100, 87, and it's still installing. Okay. Close. I'm not going to broadcast with you. I just want the voice cancellation. Microphone source is this. Strength. I don't know if there's a difference. Okay. Camera. Light. You're used already. Can't use you. Sorry. Speakers. Default will be that. Noise removal on.
Hi there. This is a test message with air conditioning in the background. Normally, it'd be difficult to carry a conversation with someone as a result of this background noise, but with NVIDIA's AI-powered noise removal, distracting sounds can be removed so you and your audience can hear loud and clear. You can test this feature by turning it on and off in the menu, or adjusting the strength of the effect.
Exactly what. Cool. Okay. It's set up. So I'm sure of it. The noise cancellation is now much less. Oh, let's see. Okay, almost done. Come on. Come on. Come on. Almost there. 95%. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Da 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 na 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 na. Da-da-dum-dum-dum. 98%. Come on. I don't know for whom you guys watch Linux Tech Tip States. Live broadcast also goes long like this sometimes. But I didn't expect it to be this long. I said about 40, 45 minutes. That's what I expect. And it's been going on for longer than that now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. 2 more percent. 2 more percent. Really? Sorry. Oh, 99. Come on. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Please. USB drive is ready to use. Yippee! Okay, I'm going to leave it where it is. Okay, finished. There we go. Okay, now, let's see if I can do this. Double click on it. Say start. Let's see if it's going to start running from it. Let's hope so. Why is it complaining? Let's see. Reversed. Can't remember now. How do I do this? Turn off. Let's start it again. No, no, I see. I have to myself. Turn off. Settings. Keeps on want to start from there. I want it started from there. Okay, let's go to this. some of these I just want to pick up my USB stick. That's fine. I've got another way now. Okay. Let's go to that one quickly. I did add something. Let's check. Just want to check something. Let's check if it works. Okay, it looks like it works. This is going to be extremely old Windows 10 that I'm doing. I think it's one of the very first ones. But it's fine. I just want to show you how to install. Okay. Now when you boot up from your disk, this is how it's going to look. You say, next. Now there's two ways. Install fresh installation. There. Set up the starting. I'm not going to type it in there. You always can say, just say, I don't have a product key. You can always enter it later. I do have one. Now the version I downloaded, this is where you can choose. I always choose Pro, because this is where my license key is registered to. It's to Pro. I say next. I say accept. Say next. Now here is where the difference comes. I do not want to upgrade or install. I will not recommend doing that one. I say custom installation. Now as you can see, this is a hard drive I like it. Remember when in the virtual machine I said 110 gigs? Okay, even if you need to redo your hard drive, make sure of the following. Do not get confused, otherwise you're going to format the wrong hard drive. What I like to do, even if it's the hard drive I want to install it, I say new, and I say apply, and I say okay. If there is one already, you see this is Windows created already. What I usually do, if there's one created already, I go to the partitions, I say delete, I say yes, I go to that one, I say delete, I say yes, and I do with all of them. Yeah, with all of them. It's going to make it 2-1. Then best is say new, you say apply, and it literally takes everything off the hard drive. It makes it easier this way to make sure there's nothing that keeps in again. When you're happy with that, you can say formats, but you don't have to. The system will do it by itself. Then I say, as you can see, I can't install it on any other hard drive. It won't allow me to. You see, it's going to install that one. Then I say next. It's going to do this. I'll do it quite quickly. It's going to take an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes to do this again, I promise you. The thing is, if you install it from SSD to M2, it's very fast. But if you install it from a USB drive to SSD or M.2, it might take a bit longer because it can't read that fast. You can see it's jumping now. At the moment, it's not installing from the USB because I can't seem to get it connected to the USB, but it doesn't matter. Okay, installing from one of my other hard drives. Now, as you can see, it's going quite fast because my normal mechanical hard drive, the one it's on, can go max up to about 500 megs per second, but my M.2 can go up to 3.5, between 1.8 and 3.5 gigs per second. And reading at 3.5, writing at 1.8. So we're using about a quarter of the M.2's capacity on speed of writing, but once that is done, you will see on the M.2 there's a big difference. But also with the newer version of Windows, when you install it with a newer one like this, I will create the disk with a new one, ISOs I can download on my system. I should have done that actually. You could do it off camera, I'm going to do it now. And then I'll make sure it is installed to a newer version. Okay, but now it's going to take another hour to 2 hours, give or take. I'm not going to let that shut down like that long. I'm going to let this install, but I'm going to end the broadcast, and then when I continue it again, when this is done, I'll continue it again. Okay, so then I'll show you the correct way once it's installed, and if this is just going to be boring, I actually want to show you the other stuff as well. But this can take a while because it's not as fast as it's supposed to be. But yeah, I'm going to stop the broadcast here, and then when it's done, I can do another second broadcast. Okay, cheers.